My name is Justin Davis, one of the co-founders of Atcost Metals. Got a brand new presentation for you today, the 25th of August. And I hope you love it because you know what? I think it looks beautiful. It's condensed, it's compressed, and it should give you a full explanation of everything you need to know when making decisions about joining Atcost Metals, both as a customer and as an affiliate. Take your pick. And here we go. I'm going to start off with a book called The Wealth of Nations, written a long time ago by Adam Smith. He talks about the value of something. How do you actually know what it's worth? Not just one person saying, you know, they'd pay $1 million for something. Another guy says, I think it's trash, right? So the first thing that came to mind was the Hope Diamond. Okay, we've all heard of it, but ask yourself, would you buy it? It's obviously valuable, but would you buy it? Personally, I've got no use for it. I wouldn't, you know, it might be cool to add my name to that short list or something. Obviously, I can't afford something like that, but it's not global, right? Everybody doesn't want to own that. So there's scarcity. It's not the true definition. It's got to be functional, and everybody has to be in line with something's value. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is the toil and trouble he talks about all the time going into the value of something. So I'll throw this out there to you. If you were to just take something simple like an apple, okay, you can take an apple, pull the seed out, put it in the ground, wait several years, and then eventually you're going to get an apple. So it's not really that hard. You do have to mind it. You do have to make sure that, you know, parasites and various things don't kill your apple tree. But all in all, you know, it's something relatively simple. So the price of an apple relative to everything else is not that expensive versus something like brain surgery. It is expensive. Not only are you paying for that doctor's education, but you're actually paying for the accumulated knowledge that taught him how to do it and the people that taught those people that taught him how to do it, and all the technology. You're paying for that, plus all the knowledge that it took to teach those people how to build that technology, lasers, various scalpels, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where things get their value. It's rooted in effort. It combines with knowledge. And that's pretty much where we stayed up until the dawn of the internet, until we actually reached the information age. So there are other factors that go into it, not just labor, not just knowledge, but timing, you know, time to market, all these various things change the value of something. So let's take something like gold and silver and compare it against the US dollar. Now, this is a new slide. You can zoom in. It's already in the back office in the dashboard in the lower section. You can download it now. But bullion is naturally scarce. It's natural and it's scarce, but there's not a lot of it. Okay, if you took the whole earth and you were to pull all the gold out of it, there's no way to know exactly how much it is, but I think you would be very, very surprised about how much actual gold there is, and silver for that matter. So when you start talking about the value, how much labor and effort goes into it, it's a lot, right? You've got huge machineries today, 2026, digging up just acres and acres and acres, just massive amounts of earth and running it through a processor just to pull out tiny little flakes of gold, right? So it is expensive to get. You don't really make it, but it's expensive to get. And especially you start pouring it into ingots and bars and bigger pieces. Obviously, it's a lot. So by definition, they're precious because they're scarce, but it also takes a lot of energy and a lot of knowledge to get to that point. And because of that, you can't fake it, right? You can gold plate something, but you can't make solid gold out of nothing versus quantitative easing, okay? This math, I remember as a kid when it was $4 trillion and then $16 trillion, that blew my mind. And the US national debt just crossed over the $40 trillion debt. $40 trillion. And you start thinking, okay, well, what's worth $40 trillion? That number and quantitative easing is when they increase the supply of dollars to make things better somehow. And if you were there and you just typed a couple of zeros, that would be $100 worth of new supply, or 3, you'd have 1,000. If you just went like that a few times, it's not that hard. There's not a lot of effort, but you're literally talking about millions and billions and trillions of dollars just being printed. Okay, well, that's where we're at with just paying off that debt. Things are changing because the math does not work anymore. It's not my opinion. The whole world's talking about it. The whole world's making moves because of that. So bullion, you've got tangible assets. It's real. You can't fake it versus fiat currency, which you can fake. You can just simply digitally create more of it, right? So that's where we're at. You add into that the other factors regarding, the realm that we live in financially, central bank digital currencies. Okay, everybody's got an opinion. If you know about it, you've got an opinion on it. Most people here in the States, I think, are very fearful and rejecting that. I think that the conversation is just a little bit much for us to stomach. It's a little bit too much for us to be at peace with. And the crazy thing is, it happened all around the world elsewhere pretty much overnight. Okay, it's like, oh, congratulations, you now have a digital fiat currency. Well, what came with that, right? That big brother situation. You're traveling too far during COVID or whatever it was, various things. They lost control. I don't want that. But there are other factors, of course, that go into why people are talking about precious metals. Geopolitically, the term de-dollarization, they're done with it, right? We offered our debt and nobody wanted it. So we bought back our own US debt. We bought it back ourselves. Okay. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how that possibly works. I'd love to be able to just buy off my own debt and call it a day. That's where we're at, guys. So our mission, let's do something real. Let's do something tangible. Let's make something happen for the betterment of people that we know and love and care about and want to see do well. So that's what we do. We give people access to precious metals without that. I'm not going to call it excessive. I will just call it normal markup. Okay, the normal amount. The metals market has changed a lot over the last 25 years or so. The internet has done a very good job at equalizing that market, supply and demand and access, et cetera. But we are definitely a step ahead. We are definitely a step ahead through our membership, which gives our customers the best possible price. And there's a lot of different reasons for that, namely, we don't have to have that excessive markup because we sell it through a membership. It offsets risk from the company by not having to hold an inventory. All these different things make it work out. And we've had tons and tons of thought as to how to keep these prices low, how to get them lower. And ultimately, this is where we land, right? There is, to my knowledge right now, not a better way to do precious metals in terms of getting the price down better than what we're doing. And if you know of one, let me know, because I promise you, we'll change it. We'll go lower. We'll go as low as we possibly can, just to get that price down. Okay. So everyone deserves and has the right to save in a way that's effective. Okay. Think back when you're a kid and you're dumping money into that piggy bank, and a few months into it, you open it up and you've got just a lot less than you thought. Okay. You remember that feeling? Well, guess what? Now people are adults and they're saving and they're trapped in this inflationary treadmill where, the cost, your number is going up, the sum, the total, the balance of your savings is going up, but so is the cost of everything that you buy on a day-to-day. So it just feels like, you're saving more, but at the same time, your value, it's not really going up. It's just kind of flat. So I think what we've got with Atcost Metals definitely changes that. I want to clear some things up right off the bat. It's the exact same stuff. If you go to Google, you type in Silver Eagle, which is the most commonly traded coin in the world, you'll get a list of companies. They're all going to have the exact same coin. It's a beautiful coin. It's definitely the most popular in the world for a lot of different reasons. And the truth is, if you bought from us and you bought from a highly reputable dealer, you might have ended up with the same exact coin anyway. The only difference is the price. Okay, so think about what I'm saying there. If you buy from us or decide not to buy from us, and in that same moment you buy from someone else, it's quite possible that you end up with the exact same coin that you would have got from either company. The only difference is the price. That can't be overstated. If you're going to invest in something, why would you pay more than you want? Bitcoin 60,000. Why would you pay 70,000 for it? You wouldn't. Okay, that's what we do. That's what we're talking about, guys. So our objectives: build wealth, help others, and change the way America buys precious metals for the better. There's a big difference. It's got to be for the better. And what we've got, that's what we do. We do it through a two-tier approach, two-pronged approach. We have ACM customers. They always have to win. They always have to get it at a fantastic price where they can compare us with anybody and say, yep, I'm glad I got that membership. Okay. Our pricing is so good that even our non-members can buy from us and still get it for less than the best price of our best competitors. I'm going to say that again. Our members get it at the best possible price, period. But even non-members, people that didn't buy a membership, they come in, they get an account at Atcost Metals, they make their purchase, that amount is still less than the best price of our competition, our best competition. So those are the customers. Those are the people we care about. There's another group of people that we care about, ACM affiliates. Sometimes they wear both hats, because if you saved so much money on your precious metals purchase, you're going to be inclined to tell other people about it. Okay, when you do that, you're acting as an ACM affiliate. It's 1099 contract labor. It's a volunteer army. It works for us because that's the way things work right now. Your dentist give you a free teeth cleaning if you send him a new braces patient or a new root canal, things like that. Attorneys take you to dinner. Thank you so much. Real estate agents, I think it's all restricted to some degree, but that's how the world works. Even your bank, even your big bank, even the biggest banks in the world will put a little something inside a savings account when you make a referral to their bank. Okay, we do the same thing. I like to say quite often it's enough to pay for dinner for both of you guys to go out, have a nice dinner, and talk about precious metals. And it works. So we've got customers that we love. We got ACM affiliates that we love. Sometimes it's the same people, sometimes it's not. But let's talk about it, guys. Direct referral commission. What does that mean? What does it do? What do you have to do to make that happen? It's simple. We've got 3 memberships. We call it a metals membership for 1 year. You want to go nuts, go for 2 years. We call it a metals plus membership. We've also got what we call the intro membership. That's for 6 months. The longer the duration, the better pricing you get. And they do the exact same thing. So you don't have to overcomplicate it. How long do you want to have a membership for Atcost Metals? Okay, you dollar cost averaging. Is this just a single transaction? What's going on? It's your choice. But all of those memberships pay a direct commission, meaning pretend I'm an affiliate for Atcost Metals, and we're in a softball game. I start talking about metals. You say, where do you get yours? I'll say Atcost Metals. Here's my link. And if you get that, then hot dogs are on me next week. Okay, at the game. That's as complicated as it is. Metals membership pays $50. Metals Plus membership pays $50. The intro membership pays $10. Here's the other part of it. All of our commissions, or all of our products, all of our Bullion products have something in it for our ACM affiliates. Okay, it costs time, it costs money, it costs energy, it costs labor for people to share the story of Atcost metals. Okay, they deserve to be compensated for that. We treat them very fairly. Everybody's happy. It's working perfectly, but that is part of that pricing. But it's not the at-cost pricing plus the commission. What you see on the website is the price. So your customers aren't getting tricked. It's all very straightforward. Okay, so everything that we do is for both the customers and the affiliates. Our Bullion has a direct commission. And one last thing, let me go back. Those customers are tied to you forever. So you make that referral a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, there's a metals purchase sold, then that creates a direct commission. Okay, so exactly as you would hope. We've also got points. Points are used throughout the world and throughout history since there was a chalkboard to figure out the value of something. So we can actually measure effort and quality at the same time through points. When there's membership sold, it carries points. Might be 60, might be 30, might be 15, depending on the size of the membership. But we track those points. We use a binary genealogy to track sales networks. It's a very straightforward process. Membership points create volume. We track that volume, and in increments of 400 and 400, we pay out $400 cycles. So let's talk about that portion of it. A membership sale, 60 points, 30 points, 15 points. A renewal, 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, will also pay out points. Some of our Bullion, especially all the specialty stuff, will have at least 1 point on it. Our numismatics have at least 1 point, typically 10 or 15 points, and non-member purchases still have points. Okay, actually, I shouldn't say still. They have points. This didn't exist up until recently. Okay, so collect these points. It's not just you by yourself. It's you and your friend from softball and that new friend from softball collectively generating points. Okay, so that's how it works. All we ask is that if you want to accumulate points, that every on a 32-day rolling clock, if you want more points to be coming in as these sales happen, you just basically got to do anything that says, hey, I'm generating points, we're good to go. And that's what keeps everything flowing. We've got 3 different ranks. We've got copper, we've got silver, we've got gold. Copper is the very first rank. Okay, they've met the qualification of 1 active referral left and right. They can earn up to $2,000 per week in commissions. A silver, taking it to the next level, 3 active personals left and right with a copper, personally sponsored by them. Commissions potential goes up to $10,000 a week. And gold, this is my favorite part about this entire compensation plan. I've been programming compensation plans for a long time. Every type of commission, MLM, networking, affiliate program, etc., that you can think of. This is as clean and simple as possible. You have to define it. You have to give people right now money. They sell something, they get paid. If you don't do that, there's not even a good starting point. So we do that. You've got to have the ability to create a recurring residual income. Okay, we've got that. You've got to give recognition. And it's got to be fun. It can't be so complicated. People don't want to do it. So this is where we're at. Copper, silver, gold, the highest rank that we've got, I would say on average, on industry average, I would say we're probably 10% of what most compensation plans would require you to do to get that kind of earning potential. 6 active referrals in your left group, 6 active referrals in your right group, have a silver personally sponsored on each side. Earning potential shoots up to $30,000 per week. Okay. Once you reach the rank of silver and gold or gold, then you also earn a 10% match. You remember those $400 cycles I was talking about? So you get your points at 400, you earn a $400 cycle. If you're the sponsor of someone that does that and you're silver or gold, then guess what? You've earned a 10% match, which would be a $40 bonus in addition to your other commissions. So here we go, guys. This is the new slide for the gold bonus. We've just released this. It's a special commission similar to the direct commission. Okay, it could go to that first person that made that referral, but what we're looking for is the first gold up the tree. I think this is one little piece that we may have been missing in the compensation plan. We created it so simple that just the pure numbers of it, I think, was not necessarily enough to make that jump from silver to gold, but now it is. Because on all the sales in your network, we've got funds earmarked per unit, per Silver Eagle, per whatever it is, that will be paid out to the first gold. So here's how this works. Let's say I'm an affiliate. Excuse me. Let's say I'm an affiliate. I make a referral. That person makes a purchase. Okay. There's a direct commission I know I'm going to get. And then the software will look to see if I'm a gold rank in real time. If I am, then I get that bonus as well. So I would get points. If they were available, I would get the direct commission. If I was a gold, I would get that gold bonus. If I'm not, then it would look to check to see my sponsor. Well, my sponsor might have signed up 50 people. They might have sold, 300 memberships. But let's say they're a gold, then they would get that. Well, guess what? What if you did sell 300 memberships? And let's just say out of that 300, let's just say 75 of them told someone else about it. And of those 75, let's say 50% of them did it. So you would potentially, have 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000, or several thousand people as part of your organization that if you were the first gold up the tree, then you're getting overrides on every little piece. Okay, there is no set limit on how far that can be from you. It's just who's the first gold. Well, guess what? You might think, well, if I told someone about it and they become a gold, then everybody that they sponsor, they're going to get paid on it, not me. Well, guess what, guys? You're still getting the points. You've still got an organization. You've still got other people that you're collecting overrides on this network. So it is a bonus designed to reward people that truly believe in what we do on a bigger level. They've done the work. They've reached that rank. They deserve it. And let's be honest, they're the ones out there doing these presentations day in and day out, showing people, taking those late night phone calls, those early morning phone calls, and traveling, doing the meetings for us. So they deserve that bonus. And that's what we've got. Here's the bottom line, guys, and we'll wrap this thing up. This is the smartest way to do precious metals. It's the best possible price. And instead of paying big tech, we pay our affiliates. No problem. It's a volunteer army. Everybody's happy. If you want to make a referral, make the referral. If you don't, that's okay. Be a customer. Okay. If you don't want anything to do with precious metals, I will urge you to give it another thought, because the world is changing. It's going to change with or without you. And it's changed. I had a conversation today. We've been saying the world's changing. Well, officially, it's changed. CBDCs are here. My thoughts, I think that even the US of A will be on some version of a CBDC within 2 years. Okay, mark my words, August 25th, 2026. So by 2028, August 25th, I think that we will have and be using here in the United States some form of CBDC. It doesn't happen by accident, guys. If you want to get paid, you got to sell something, you'll get paid. That's how that works. It's not something you just throw some money at and see what happens. Although we do have some really cool marketing systems that we're moving to, and I think you will be very pleased. Look out for that new video coming out soon. Some great